There once was a man who really liked living in his hometown. He didn't want to travel at all. And one day, he was just walking down the street when he saw a travel agency. And he thought to himself, I wonder what it would be like if I traveled the world. But then he quickly realized that it would involve leaving his home, packing up his things, and having to stay in hotels. So he decided against it and went back to watching TV and drinking tea at home. The next day, he was at home again, drinking tea and watching TV when he heard a knock at the door. He opened it, and there stood a young, beautiful woman holding a suitcase. Hello, she said. Are you the man who lives here? Yes, I am, he replied. Well, then this is for you, she said as she handed him a small package. What's this? He asked. It's your lucky day, she replied with a mysterious smile. Then she turned around and walked away. He closed the door behind her and looked at the package in his hands. It was very beautifully wrapped. So he took it into his living room, sat down on the sofa, and started unwrapping it. When he finally got everything undone, there was a small wooden box inside. He opened it and found a key. The package also contained a letter which read, With this key, you can open the door to a new life. He didn't know what it meant, but he put the key on the shelf and went back to watching TV. A few days later, he was again drinking his tea and watching TV. When he heard someone clearing their throat behind him, he turned around and saw a well-dressed older gentleman. Hello, said the man. Are you the man who lives here? Yes, I am, he replied. Wonderful, said the man. Then I have something for you. He handed the man another small package and said, Open it. He took it home, unwrapped it, and found a golden key. The package also contained a note that read, This key will open the door to happiness. He didn't know what it meant either, so he put the key on the shelf and went back to watching TV. A few days later, he was drinking his tea and watching TV when he heard someone playing the piano very beautifully. He went to his window and saw a young woman sitting at an old upright piano in an old-fashioned dress. She played so beautifully that he stopped breathing while listening to her. As soon as she finished playing, he went downstairs and knocked on her door. She opened it, and he told her how beautifully she played the piano. Oh, thank you, she replied. Would you like to hear me play again sometime? Yes, he said. Of course. Well, then why don't you come over tomorrow evening? All right, he said and went home. He couldn't stop thinking about the young woman and how wonderfully she played the piano. That evening, he couldn't sleep at all. Finally, he got up, got dressed, and went to the woman's house. He knocked on the door, and she opened it. Come in, she said. He entered and sat down on the sofa. Would you like some tea? Yes, thank you. As soon as the tea was ready, they started talking. He learned that her name was Emma, and that she loved to play the piano. Soon it was time for him to go home, but he didn't want to leave. Can't you stay a little longer? Emma asked. All right, he said. Thank you. They talked until late into the night. He felt so happy and free. He forgot all about his old boring life. Every day for the next month, he went to see Emma after work and they talked and drank tea and played the piano. He was so happy. He finally understood what the note had meant. The golden key had opened the door to happiness. One day, however, as he was going to Emma's house, he saw a crowd of people standing in front of her house, and they were all crying. He ran to them and asked what had happened. Emma has disappeared, someone told him. She left us a note saying that she had to go away because she was in love with another man, and that man was her fiancé. He was deeply saddened by her disappearance, but he knew that she would be happy with the man she loved. So he didn't feel angry or upset. He simply accepted that she was gone. A few weeks later, he was drinking his tea at home when he suddenly heard a familiar sound. Someone was playing the piano beautifully. He went to the window and saw Emma sitting at the piano in the street. She was playing the same old piano, but now there was a man sitting next to her. He went downstairs and out into the street and asked her if she remembered him. Of course I do, she replied. How could I forget? You're the one who gave me the golden key. Yes, he said. But what does it mean? She smiled and said, You already know what it means. I think I do, he said. Does it mean that I can still be happy even if I never see you again? Yes, she replied. That's exactly what it means. He was so happy to hear that. He thanked her and went home. From then on, he lived a happy life. Even though he never saw Emma again, he always remembered her beautiful smile and the sound of her playing the piano. He often wondered, what would have happened if he had traveled the world instead of staying at home? But then he thought, no, if I had traveled, I would never have met Emma. And without the golden key, I wouldn't be happy. And so, he lived the rest of his life, happily ever after.